You're sad that people that don't know you and you don't know them are pregnant. Interesting.
What's good, people, and welcome on another episode. If you're joining for the very first time, thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, we are going to be talking about this creator's take when our popular couple TikTokers announced that they are expecting their first child. This did not end well at all because what this lady said has gotten a lot of people talking. This creator, the couple creator, make videos, making fun of parents with kids and the daily stress they go through and they have to deal with kids. And they are very popular on TikTok. A lot of people enjoy their videos. And when they announced that they are expecting their own first child, so many people were happy for them. Except for this supporter who feels like she's not going to be able to relate to their content anymore because she is child free, and now seeing them having kids, she's not going to be able to relate to their content anymore. The way she said it, I think, is what is getting a lot of people pissed, because a lot of people are saying you shouldn't be able to choose for people if they want to have a child or not. This ended badly because these couple creators announced that they lost the baby at 26 weeks. And to make it more crazy, this creator still left this video on our page. I have put together a video and as well what people are saying about our video. So without wasting much time, let's just jump straight into it.
In case you haven't heard, Alexandra Madison and John Beaufort, an Instagram couple, just announced their first pregnancy. A lot of people are very supportive and happy, as am I. But I'm also kind of sad. Let me explain. The reason I love their content is because it was very much like poking fun at people who are very much into the parenthood scene. They were considered dinks, which is dual income, no kids. They use that term, which made me believe that maybe they didn't want to have kids. Now, they never said that they did or didn't, but as someone who doesn't have kids, I'm 28, I'm child free. When you find a creator who doesn't have kids and who is in their 30s, you cross your fingers and you hope that they actually are child free. So when they post a pregnancy announcement, you're kind of like, wait, what? I thought you guys didn't want to have kids. You have so many skits online saying you don't want to have kids and you don't want to be that couple, which is where I think my sadness kind of comes in. You feel like for the first time you have someone that you can relate to on the internet, someone who is making content that is very much in line with who you are. When you become a parent, you kind of lose yourself and you really put most of your focus into your children, which is great. I think that's an amazing thing to do as a parent. But as someone who is watching them, who has followed them for a long time, who loves their content, it's really hard for me to not feel a little piece of sadness because that content, let's face it, is really not going to happen anymore. Obviously, I'm happy for them. I think them living their best life and having a child is great, but I wish it was talked about more, that bittersweet moment when a creator does decide to do something that doesn't align with why you follow them in the first place. Just some food for thought, I guess.
Some of you guys are chronically online and it cannot be healthy. Let's get into this one.
In case you haven't heard, Alexandra Madison and John Beaufort, an Instagram couple, just announced their first pregnancy. A lot of people are very supportive and happy, as am I, but I'm also kind of sad.
You're sad that people that don't know you and you don't know them are pregnant. Interesting. Why?
The reason I love their content is because it was very much like poking fun at people who are very much into the parenthood scene. They were considered dinks, which is dual income, no kids. They use that term, which made me believe that maybe they didn't want to have kids. Now,
you do realize people can poke fun at things and be part of that community. I am the perfect example of that. A lot of my page is poking fun at dependas. I am a military dependent myself. I've done cringy things myself. I make fun of everybody in this community because whether you're active duty, you're a reservist, you're a dependent, whatever you may be, we've all done cringy things at one point or another. You can be part of a community and make fun of that community.
28, I'm child free. When you find a creator who doesn't have kids and who is in their 30s, you cross your fingers and you hope that they actually are child free. So when they post a pregnancy announcement, you're kind of like, wait, what? I thought you guys didn't want to have kids. You have so many skits online saying you don't want to have kids and you don't want to be that couple, which is where I think my sadness kind of comes in. You feel like for the first time you have someone that you can relate to on the internet, someone who is making content that is very much in line with who you are.
What? That content they make does very well. I'm sure that they'll continue to make it. Just because they become parents doesn't mean that they're gonna stop poking fun at parents. Like, you act like your childhood best friend just disowned you. If you're looking for somebody who is child-free and will always be, I have some content for you. Callie here absolutely hates children. You would love her. Go follow her if you want somebody that is child-free and always will be. Because, like, making this long video on the internet saying that you're sad that somebody is pregnant and explaining why is just chronically online. Chronically. Like, what if they were dealing with infertility and these TikToks were a way of them to kind of get through it and cope? And now they're pregnant and they're super happy, and now they have someone on the internet. I'm sad because I thought that they would never have children.
Followed them for a long time, who loves their content, it's really hard for me to not feel a little piece of sadness. Because that content, let's face it, is really not going to happen.
Again, girl, they can continue to make that content. I'd argue that it might get better now that they're parents because they see a whole new side of it. This is a chronically online take, girl. I hate to be that person, and I think it's the dumbest statement ever, but oh my god, go outside and touch some grass.
Love their content is because it was very much like poking fun at people who are very much into the parenthood scene. But as someone who doesn't have kids, I'm 28, I'm child free. When you find a creator who doesn't have kids and who is in their 30s, you cross your fingers and you hope that they actually are child free.
Basically, she was upset that John and Alex posted a pregnancy announcement because she is childless, and she was hoping that strangers on the internet would remain childless too. So that way she could have fun, relatable content about being childless. She was upset that their content would change and she couldn't relate to them anymore. And this morning, they just posted that they lost their beautiful baby boy at 26 weeks. And for those that don't know, at 26 weeks, she had to deliver an actual baby that did not come home with them. I think that it's really important for us to remember that other people's decisions and choices are not our decisions and choices, especially complete strangers on the internet. Other people can make their own decisions, choose to live their life the way they want to, have children, not have children, work how they want to work, make money, whatever they want to do. It doesn't affect our lives, and we need to let people make their own decisions and accept them and not be upset with them, and let people make boundaries and live their lives to make them happy, because life is too short. Society needs to stop feeling so entitled to other people's journeys. If somebody else is doing something that you wouldn't do, that's fine. It doesn't affect you. It's not your life. And we need to just respect that and be happy for the other person and root for them and cheer for them. And if we don't agree with it, don't do it. So to Alex and John, my condolences. I am so sorry. I cannot even imagine what they're going through right now. And that is something that they'll carry with them for the rest of their life. So I am very, very sad for them right now. And I hope you have a good day, and just kind of remember that words can hurt and it's not your life. So don't worry about what other people are doing.
When you find a creator who doesn't have kids and who is in their 30s, you cross your fingers and you hope that they actually are child free. So when they post a pregnancy announcement, you're...
What a weird thing to be upset about. Even more so to create a video about it. That parasocial relationship that you have with these content creators is strong. Might want to get that chucked out. A lot of you really do be posting and saying anything on this app. And it's getting to a point where it's concerning. Essentially, she was upset that their content was no longer going to be the same. She was like, I'm happy for them, but, you know, when there's always a button to something, it negates the thing that you said prior to. And this morning, both Alex and John announced that they unfortunately lost their baby. Losing a baby at any point is traumatizing. But for those of you who do not know, at 26 weeks, that is a whole other level of trauma that I do not wish upon anybody. When you're 26 weeks or more, you have to physically deliver that child, even though you know that child is not going to live. You physically have to put your body through birth. And at the end, you do not have your baby with you. And while, yes, to have a content creator career, to be a content creator, to be an influencer, you do depend on your audience in order to make money. There is a certain level of boundary where the creator doesn't owe its audience any sort of explanation. People have the right to live their life however they see fit, whether they want to have children, whether they're delaying to have kids, or whether they don't want to have kids at all. They don't owe you that explanation. They don't owe you that type of content. There are certain people who just really need to stop feeling so entitled about how their favorite content creator lives their life and what life decisions they make for their own personal life. If you want to continue to support them, you are more than welcome to. But if you feel that their content is no longer going to be related to you, guess what? You can leave. You cannot support them anymore. You don't even have to announce your departure. Just unfollow. Having that video was letting your intrusive thoughts come out. That could have been kept in the drafts. That could have been written in a journal, in a diary, somewhere. It did not need to come onto TikTok.
Child is great, but I wish it was talked about more, that bittersweet moment.
You guys really need to watch out with these parasocial relationships, because why is it that Alex and John announced that they were pregnant? Congratulations to them. Amazing, whatever. And your reaction is, yeah, I'm happy for them. But I'm really sad that they're not going to be making content that caters to me anymore. And I'm really sad that they're not, that they essentially lied and said they were dinks and they didn't want to be dinks. They just weren't having kids yet. I thought they were intentionally not having kids, and now I'm upset. Why do you care? Like, genuinely, there are so many creators out there that do cater to your demographic. There are so many that, like, don't have kids intentionally or don't want them ever. Why is it so, like, triggering that a couple decided they want to have children, they got pregnant, and they posted it online? You do not know them. You are talking like they are someone that you know personally. This is a thought that, like, you could buy a journal. This is a journal thought. This is an inside the head thought. And, like, I'm the first person to say I use TikTok as my own personal diary, but, like, this is one of those things that I think should have stayed with a diary, because it's just a weird vibe that you're sad that a couple is excited to have a baby. Like, you're sad that they got pregnant because your image in your mind that they never even said, you assumed because they made content about being dinks, which they were at the time, you assumed that meant they were child free by choice. So then you got upset when they did have a child because in your mind, they lied to you. That's a little extreme. Like, that is a little concerning. If you think you know them that well and you're this upset, like, if you were upset enough to make a video about it and and you had more to say than just congratulations, you had too much of a parasocial relationship with them.
What do you guys think about this lady's video? Our video is a clear example of why we should bring journaling back. We should bring our diary back and start writing into our diaries or start writing into our notepad on the phone. Everything should not require you setting a camera and filming and trying to share your thoughts on, because this is actually a very sad one. Why I'm saying this is because she made this video prior to them even announcing that they lost the baby. And I think algorithm is doing its thing by pushing a video now, because there are so many states that are now like recent, like few days ago, few hours ago. So I can tell that the algorithm is now pushing our content, because and our take is just one that does not really sit well with so many people. So now they are pushing and she's going to get dragged for a take. That take is actually a bit too much. Like, you might as well keep it to yourself. Being pregnant is such a very good thing. And she mentioned herself that they never said they do not want kids. Like, they never said they don't want to have kids. They just create content surrounding those things. You never can tell if they were in their waiting period and God finally blessed them, or for them to come online to see a video of someone saying they are sad because they announced that they are pregnant. Like, the two and two is not coming together. It's really not making any sense. She should have at least put that in a journal. And I think this is where people are coming from. The people who are now currently stitching to our video, I see comments of people saying, oh, you guys are making it seem like the one responsible. This is the reason why I said they should bring diary back, because not everything should need you setting a camera and filming and trying to drop your opinion. This person said, I am childless by choice, and so is a friend of mine. This friend will vent to me when another friend of her gets pregnant. Like, what if I get pregnant? Are you going to talk about me behind my back? Another one said, it is weird to me to choose a child-free lifestyle and seek out content where people make fun of people who choose to have families. Definition of projection. She wants strangers on the internet to help her justify her choices. It is incredibly selfish. That poor couple, she needs to self-reflect on the real reason behind her anger, which I totally agree with. Another person said, I don't understand why people find it so hard to relate to people who have different journeys. You should not only surround yourself with carbon copies of yourself and be in your own bubble. This person said, how can she think it is okay to post such a video? It is sickening. My husband and I want kids so bad, but I will never envy someone else for having a baby. I literally cry of joy when my cousin announced. Like, it wasn't something that was supposed to be on the internet. The fact that she filmed that, watched that, and felt it was okay and hit the post button is actually very crazy. Imagine the couple now going through the loss of their child, seeing a content saying, oh, I was sad when they said they were pregnant. Like, it's really, really not making sense. Let me hear what you guys think about a video, because there are comments of some people saying, oh, she didn't say too much, she just liked them and she relates to their content and now she cannot relate, it's okay. And there are some saying, no, this is a very bad take, like this should not even be something for you to be making a video about. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will catch you guys in the next episode.